Good morning, guys. If we continue with the computer metaphor, the computer programming metaphor, if we accept the idea that we are the programmers, that we're in charge of our lives, and that we can create any mindset we want, the next important, huge step is to understand that we can write the program. We can write the program as we imagine it to be. Whatever life we dream of, whatever we dream of becoming for ourselves, this is the greatest insight into being human. This is the greatest thing, our awareness, our ability to be aware of what we are right now, and then write a new program. It's the second creation of you, and that is your ability. You can do that. It takes hard work, but writing it down and then actually living by that each and every day will transform you. Have a great day, everyone. Good morning.
You will never, ever be prepared to take on your next great challenge. Because here's the thing. Your next great challenge would not be your next great challenge if it were something that you were fully and completely prepared for, right? If you're totally and completely prepared for the thing that you're walking toward, it's not a great challenge. It is not something that'll stretch you. It's not something that'll make you feel uncomfortable. It's not something that's going to trigger some of your insecurities. It's not something that is going to be a challenge. And in the absence of it being a challenge, it isn't going to make you grow, right? My pursuit in getting unstuck, my reason for writing this book, the motivation to move from what I knew to what I needed came out of a drive for fulfillment. I was on a search for how to be fulfilled. I'd lived a great life. I had all the things that everyone told me I should have and was unfulfilled. In the absence of fulfillment, I went on a hunt for understanding why, with so much abundance, I could feel unfulfilled. And the answer, the simple answer was, I was not in a place where I was being pushed to grow. And in the absence of growth, I could not be fulfilled. It didn't matter what my title was. It didn't matter how much money I had. It didn't matter how tall the walls were around our house, what kind of car I drove. In the absence of growth, I could not be fulfilled. And the reality is I started to like connect these dots. Oh, all I need to do is be in a position where I can grow to be fulfilled. I resisted doing the one thing that would actually unlock it, which is pursuing something that would make me grow, because I was worried I was not yet equipped to do the thing I needed to go do well. What a waste of time, and how self-defeating. It's such a defeating thing to suggest that, man, growth is the way to get to fulfillment, and I want to grow, but I don't want to go to that place that could grow me until I am completely and totally prepared to handle it. Right? I mean, I put this in my post. I say it every single time we talk about this. God does not call the equipped. He equips the called.
If you're not growing, you're not happy. Humans want to grow. You want to grow. You want to feel like you've learned something. You're getting better. You're improving. You're giving back. You're serving. You don't want to stay stuck. We don't want to stay stuck. No human wants to stay stuck. You do not want to stay stuck. If I talk about, hey, in 1 year, you're going to be in the exact same spot as you are right now. You're going to have the same knowledge set. You're going to have the same financial wherewithal. You're going to have the same mindset. You're going to be exactly the same in 1 year. That's not happiness. Nobody wants that. You want to feel like you're learning, you're growing, you're getting better, you're improving. We all want to feel like we are growing. The challenge is growing is scary. Growing requires stretching the comfort zone. Well, how many posts do we have to see about stepping outside the comfort zone, right? You know it. But it's an intellectual knowing and not enough of actual doing because you're afraid. And this is a big challenge for entrepreneurs because you know you're capable of more, and you know you've got a big mission, and you know you've got a big dream. You know that you want to do more, but you're afraid of that thing. And the fear puts on the brakes. So I'm in my car right now, you've got your feet on the gas and the brake at the same time. What happens when you have your feet on the gas and the brake at the same time? Nothing. You don't move. You're going to end up spinning your wheels. Gas and a brake at the same time. The gas is your desire to grow and learn and know what you can make and what you can create and the life you want to build for yourself and your family and the impact you want to have and the lives that you're going to touch, right? It's exciting. It's exciting to think about everything you can make. It's so amazing. And then because we're afraid, no, brake, no, not happening, no. And so what we end up doing is just watching a bunch of content or reading a bunch of books or going to a bunch of seminars and having these moments of breakthrough and wisdom and maybe a tiny bit of momentum, and then immediately the brakes come back on again. It's not even, we blame haters or we blame our family. It's not even the people around us. It's you. It's the voice inside your own head telling you not to do it, that you can't do it. It's the sustained momentum that's missing. You want to grow, and if you're not happy, it's because you're not growing. So how do we do it? How do we start to break through? How do we start to get that actual momentum and the growth so that you don't look back on the life that you have or the past year that's been and hate it and hate yourself? Because that's where we get stuck, right? It's like, hey, wow, I wasted the past 2 years. I knew I wanted to do it, and I wasted. Has that happened to you? You ever felt like that? I wasted the past years of my life. I suck, and we just beat ourselves up. That's not the point. The point of this is not to beat ourselves up. The point is to use the potential fear of regret as a driving force to move forward. Okay, so how do we do it? How do we start getting into action mode? How do we start listening to our intuition? How do we start building the momentum that we need to get the growth in our lives to build a better life for ourselves and the people around us? Number one is get inspired. You are the product of your environment. We've talked a lot about that. You are the average of the 5 people you hang out with, right? People have said that over and over and over again. So how do you elevate your environment so that you can be more inspired? I do it through my content. I do it by being around Dave Hollis and Brendan Burchard and Tony Robbins and Oprah and all the people that I profile on my channel. I'm around them. They inspire me. I've had the fortune to meet some of them, to be able to call them, but a one-off call isn't enough. Like, you need it daily. Just like you need to brush your teeth for your dental hygiene, you need inspiration hygiene. You need mental hygiene by being around the people who inspire you. That's why I make so many videos, and hopefully there's something that inspires you. It's the idea of this channel. Like, why? To start your day with some inspiration, to help you get going, to give you the courage to say yes. So what makes you come alive? Who are the people who you want to spend more time with? And find a way to do it, whether it's a real human that you can go and have coffee with or talk to, or if it's online. You know, again, most of my inspirations come from online, from my own videos. I make them for me, and then I share them with you, and thankfully you guys like them, so we can invest in team and continue building more content out. But who are the people that make you come alive? Just the way they speak, the way they talk, it just connects with you, and it makes you want to do more. You know, not in a bad way, like I suck, I should have done better, but in a positive way forward. Like, I want to show up better today for myself and the people around me. Who makes you feel like that? And then surround yourself with them. And if it's me, I'm honored to be a part of your journey. And if it's somebody else, a lot of people discover people through my channels. Like, hey, I discovered Dave Hollis or Gary Vee or Tony Robbins through your channel. Thank you. I don't watch as much of your content anymore, but I watch them a lot. They're great. As long as you're getting what you need. That's the whole point. So step number one is you have to be inspired. Okay, how do we start getting the growth? Be inspired. Build it into your daily routine. If you were inspired every day, not hoping things happen, not hoping somebody sends you a message, right? That's not going to happen. But you manufacture it, you create it, because you know being around these people inspire you. If you did that you got inspired every day, your life will be dramatically different, I promise you. Step number two is immediate momentum. Immediate momentum. You want growth, immediate momentum. You get that idea, you get that inspired voice coming into your head. It's going to say, hey, Evan, go do this. Hey, launch this video. Hey, sign up for Discord. Hey, get into NFTs. Hey, like whatever the thing is, whatever the voice that comes to you when you feel inspired, that's the right voice for you. That is guiding you in the right direction. Listen to it. Listen to it and take some kind of immediate momentum. I was talking to somebody inside my Discord today, asking him about his NFT projects. I have my NFT project. He wanted to start his, and it's just a lot of overthinking. It's like, well, I don't know how to do the smart contracts, and I don't know what kind of value to add. I don't know. I've got this big plan for how everybody can earn a share of what this project makes, and I don't know how the mechanics of all it works. Like, dude, that is such a big vision. It's great, but what's the immediate momentum you can take today to start to learn about it? Like, yeah, I'm overthinking it. Launch, create, go. And you'll learn more by actually doing than by trying to overthink your way through every step. The overthinking is just fear talking. So you've got great ideas. Momentum, guys, momentum, immediate momentum. What's the thing? Like, that first step is the hardest step. Filming the first video is the hardest step. Creating the first page of your book is the hardest step. It's the hardest step, is the first step. So just take that step. Give yourself the permission to suck and just make that first step happen. Immediate momentum. So number one, get inspired. Two, immediate momentum. And then three, create a calendar that maps to your ambitions. So the immediate momentum is great. Now we need to sustain it. Well, sustained momentum comes from habits, and habits come from what's in your calendar. If you hope that you have time in your calendar to make something happen, it's never going to happen, right? It just won't. I'm filming this on my YouTube day. Once a week, I have a day that I dedicate to filming videos. And if I didn't have it in my calendar, it wouldn't happen. If I waited till I was always inspired, it wouldn't happen. There's a call happened later on today, and somebody asked me if I was going to join the call. I said, well, it depends on how well my videos go. I'm filming videos today. It's blocked off. I blocked the whole day off. And sometimes it flows, and I'm just banging out videos like, oh my gosh, this is such a great vibe I'm in, let's go. And sometimes it's more of a grind where I have to manufacture it. I gotta build it inside myself before I can make the videos. So sometimes it comes up really quickly, and sometimes it takes more time, but I have the whole day planned to do it. And if I didn't have that day planned, I wouldn't make nearly as many videos. You know? So it can start with an inspiration, right? You go through the 3 steps. It starts with inspiration. I'm going to make videos. I'm going to make some content, right? If that's you, great. You got that idea came to you? Yes. We're in the yes business now. We're not in the no business anymore. Yes, we're going to do that. Great. Step number 2, immediate momentum. The best thing you can do is film a video today. Film a video today. That's all you need to do. But what camera and what microphone and what gear and when am I going to talk? Don't overthink it. I'm sitting in my car on my cell phone. Well, Nina is at Costco. You can't really see it. Nina's shopping at Costco and I'm filming off my cell phone. Go. Immediate momentum. And then 3, we've made our first video. Great. Now when's the next one going to come out? You create a calendar for it. You block off some time, once a week, once a month, whatever it is, to put in your calendar. This is when I'm going to be making more content. You get inspired. You take immediate momentum. And then you put it in your calendar so that momentum becomes a sustainable habit. This is how you grow. Because you want to grow. Because growth is important. Growth will lead to happiness. If you felt like the next year is going to matter, that you're going to grow as a human, you're going to grow in your finances, you're going to grow in your mindset, you're going to grow in your knowledge set, you're going to grow in your ability to serve, you're going to grow in the impact that you're going to have. If you could actually feel like I'm going to grow a lot this year and then actually execute on it, where would you need to be in a year for you to look back and say, I'm proud of myself? Maybe you're proud of yourself for the past year. Maybe you're incredibly proud of yourself, or maybe you're saying, you know what, I did some things, but I could have done a lot more. Use that as a fuel to make the next year count. The growth that you have inside you, it's entirely possible when you decide to consistently get inspired, take immediate momentum, and then schedule in the habits so that momentum becomes sustainable.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there.
Sigue el paso al ritmo del clap, para arriba y para abajo.
chest, back straight, eyes closed, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feeling that power you have, your determination to control your breathing. The same way you can take control of your mind anywhere you are, whatever you're doing. Let's use that same power, that same determination to see in our mind the image, the visions that we want to create today in our lives. Let's see ourselves doing the best we can on all of the stretches and exercises we do together here and now. Let's use that power we have, our true being, our presence, our determination to see in our mind right now, go into the future. Think about what you want to make real. Bring it to the present. That music goes off. All right, good morning, determination. How's everyone doing today? Another beautiful day here, outdoors. If you're indoors, wherever you are, let's go everybody, here we go. Another wonderful moment together. Another great day in the gym of life. Gym of life never ends. So here we go. We're going to start, when I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot, doing the best jog we can, best jog we've ever done, or we can simply walk on the spot. So depending on how much space you have, you should be able to do this within the space that we have. So here we go. Ready everybody? When I say go, your best jog ever. Ready? And go. Still focused on our breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Feeling the joy of you and in your body. Remember, you're the boss of your mind. Your mind is the boss of your body. Almost there. Let's go, everybody. Keep going. Feel the power of our heart starting to beat a little bit faster. Our breathing becoming a little bit more difficult. But feel our power still controlling our breathing. And stop. All right, back to our best walk, either side to side, or simply walking on the spot. But focused on our breathing, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Oh wow, what a day. What another pristine, perfect day. Enjoy every moment, wherever you are, enjoy this. Enjoy your power, your gift, to always work on your mind and your body. Always in the gym of life. Okay, everybody, let's start with our 10 shoulder rolls forward. Here we go, ready? And go. Feel the joy of you rolling your shoulders forward, able to do that. And backwards, all the way up and around, as high as you can towards your ears, all the way around. Let's do 10. And stop. Let's do arm circles forward. Big arm circles. 10 forward. Alright, now let's go backwards. Again, just feel the joy of you controlling your body to move through space. All through the power and control of your own determination. Alright, good work everybody. Hands on your hips, bend your knees and side stretch. 5 on each side. Alright, and let's do twists. Again, 5 on each side, feet flat on the floor. Really think about it. Really enjoy being in this moment, here, right now. The power of your presence. Alright, everyone, and let's reach for the ceiling on our toes or reach for the sky, wherever you are. Here we go. Holding it for 10 seconds. And now reach for your toes, straight knees. Again, feel the joy and the striving. Reaching for your toes, even if you can't touch them yet. Always yet. You get to work all the time. Very good. And come on back up. Okay, let's work on our balance. Grab one leg and find your balance. Bend the other knee if you have to. Hold it for 10. Pull that leg back. Feel the power you do finding your balance in this moment. Hold it. And switch to the leg. And bend that knee. Then you've got roots going under your feet, going through the ground. You're immovable. See right now. Excellent. All right, and let's hug our knee this time. Bend the other knee if you have to. Big hug. And find that balance again. Hold it for 10 seconds. Lose your balance, you get it right back. Feel your mind controlling your body. Feel you controlling your mind. Right now. And switch to the side. Find that balance, bend that other knee, and bring that leg up all the way up. Alright, excellent everyone. Let's do 5 push-ups together. Here we go. That's 5 push-ups. If you gotta keep your knees down, go ahead. Whatever you do your best. 5 sit-ups. What a moment. Alright, and let's do 5 squats, our best 5 squats. Here we go. Feet flat on the floor, looking straight ahead. Bending the knees all the way down, all the way up. Alright, let's do lunges now. 3 on each side. Best lunges. Turn that back straight if we can, looking straight ahead. Excellent. Alright, let's do 10-second plank. Belly's knees off the ground. Always thinking about our breath. Bringing ourselves back to our presence, our breathing. Okay, and let's sit down and reach for our toes, everybody. Here we go. Ready? Straight knees, we're reaching for your toes. Do the best we can. Always working on motivating our mind. Because we know the bodies will follow. And V shape with our legs, reaching for the floor as far away from our body as we can. Holding it there. And reach for one side, hold it there. Again, feel the joy of reaching, striving, doing your best. Even if you aren't able to reach where you want to be yet. And switch to the other side. power of you winning right now. Control of your mind. All right, and let's put our feet together and gently push our knees down with our elbows. There we go. Hold it there for 10. Feel the power of infinite intelligence in you, me, and all of us right now. Okay, one leg forward, one leg back. Go as far back as you can. Keep that knee on the ground. Put that knee down. Just make sure you're not hurting yourself. You should just feel it pull, not any pain. Okay, and switch the other side. Alright, and let's roll onto our belly and push the ground or the floor and look up at the ceiling or the sky, wherever we are. Here we go, Cobra Stretch. Hold it there for 10. Feel the power of your being right here, right now. Okay, and legs crossed again, back straight, eyes closed. Breathing in through our noses and out through our mouths. Here we go. Going into the future, into our imagination right now. Seeing what we want to do our best on today when that music goes on. For me, I'm going to be working on 2 exercises. One is lunges, as many lunges as I can do within the first song. And the second song, as many sit-ups as I can do until that song is over. So what about you? See it in your mind right now. You can play 2 of your own songs. You can listen to the songs I have. But choose your own exercises. If you don't like the ones I'm doing, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, whatever you want to do, whatever movement you want to do safely and effectively, see it in your mind right now before you bring it out into the world. You've got determination. You were born to win. To bring out all your visions, all your positive visions of yourself, of people, of the world. The way we do our best on these exercises when that music goes on is an expression, a reflection of the way we do our best at everything. Gym of life. Alright, here we go, determination. Lunges for me. You can follow if you want, or you can do whatever it is you want to do, your squats, sit-ups, a dance movement, jumping jacks, whatever exercise you want to do. Here I go. Ready? All the time, trying to maintain good technique, good form. Best we can, always. Just feeling the joy, moving our bodies, doing our best. That's winning. We were born to do that, no matter what. It's like to put the arms up too, instead of just forward to the side. Change it up. Whatever you're doing right now, keep going. Remember your breathing. Don't forget your breathing. I love it. This is the best. This moment is the best. Wherever you are, wherever you go, you get to always work on being your best at whatever you're doing. And that starts with our determination. Controlling our mind.
no matter what. No matter how tired, how much discomfort we feel, power to choose.
Mobile just sent me this solar wireless battery.
Let's get rid of that commercial for a second.
I really like the build. It's got handgrips on the side. It's sharp.
And we'll keep going. Keep going. We don't let anything stop us. Until that song's over. Every moment counts. If you're doing lunges with me right now, I'm proud of you. You're up. Keep going. As it gets harder, we work. That's how powerful we are. We have that determination, that choice, that winning choice. Keep going. Song's not over. Keep going. Your music, that stuff inside you. For me, it's determination, and I know we got it all in all of us. So I use it every day. Let's go. You're using it now. Keep going. Music's still playing. Our music's still going. All right, next song. Proud of my effort. Proud of you. If you haven't given up, keep going. All right, sit up for me. Here we go. Always control your breathing. Bring it back to that. See the fact that you can still control your breathing, even when your body wants to breathe faster, that's more proof of your determination. You got it in you all the time, no matter what. You can apply this, you can use this energy, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. The way you talk, the way you behave, the way you read, write, the way you're kind and loving, use determination. Use your power to be positive and never give up. Just like we're doing right now, on these exercises, on these sit-ups. We're not giving up, no matter how hard it's getting. See, we know the truth. If we do what is easy, we give up. Our life will be hard. But if we do what is hard, we never give up. Our life will be easy. So we gotta remember that all the time. That's the power of our determination. Controlling our mind. Motivating the mind so the body will follow. Keep going, determination. I'm so proud of you wherever you are. Because you are who you are. Striving to be better all the time. You are infinite intelligence. We are double I. Infinitely intelligent. Powerful beyond measure.
don't choose to lose. We determine and win. Still with me? Keep going. I love you. So proud of you. Keep going. Even if you stop. Get back up. At it again. Keep going. This is the way you're gonna live. Even if you stop, even if you get tired, even if you make mistakes, you're gonna learn. You're gonna get information. And you're gonna eventually win. How powerful you are. That's why I love you and all of us. No matter what. Oh, long song. That's okay. That's good. Love it. Keep going. Our body will rest and recover. Almost there. Keep going, everybody. Keep going. Oh, well done. So proud of you. Feel that? Feel that power, that oneness of us controlling our breathing and our minds? Right here, right now, no matter how hard our movements, exercises were today, no matter how much our body tried to take control of our minds, feel that? That's you. The real you. That's our consciousness. Our being awake fully. To control our minds. To control our breathing. To control our bodies. To control our lives. It's all possible through the power of you being present, staying in the now, right here, right now, wherever you are, wherever you are. There is no past and future right now. There's only the present, the gift that is you. You, which makes everything else possible. So right here, right now, it's just pure presence, pure happiness, pure winning, pure essence, pure determination of who and what we really are. With this power, this peace, right here in this moment, right now, we can always have all the mind health, and even greater, the mind wealth we were built for. I love your determination. Great work today. I'm so proud of you. Wherever you are, take the power of this time we had together, apply it to everything in your life. Doesn't matter whether we're in school, at work, wherever we are. The gym of life never ends. And life is the greatest teacher. That's why I love you and everything and all the infinite intelligence around us. It's life.
It's always here. You're always learning, always growing. I love your determination. Have a great day, week, and life always. Until next time.
I'm not the best golf cart buggy driver.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and like Robin Sharma says,
If you're not living your dream life or at your absolute best, it's because you're in your own way.
so let's help you get out of your way with Robin Sharma and my take on his top 10 rules to success. Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Do the inner work.
Anyone who is not living at absolute world class, you are your own worst enemy. But because it's so subconscious, if you haven't done the deep inner work, we blame it on, oh, it's the supplier. Oh, it's the market is contracting. Oh, it's a hard time in the global economy. The reality is there are people out there at every possible domain of wealth who are doing amazing things. If you're not living your dream life or at your absolute best, it's because you're in your own way. And what is the solution? It's working not just on mindset like so many people are talking about. Mindset, heart set, health set, soul set. And getting that, acupuncture might be the way to do it, plus hypnotherapy could be doing it, and could be massage, and it could all that inner work that a lot of people go, oh, that's not for me. Well, that's how you move through the blocks of your shadows that are covering your primal genius.
Rule number 2, work 5 great hours.
Sleep is the elixir of life.
There's a concept I teach, Marie, called the 5 great hours concept. You see, this 12-hour workday or 8-hour workday comes from the industrial era, where the more we work, the more tires we could make or more cars we could produce. But we're cognitive workers now. We're creative workers. Our ideas are the currency of our success right now. 5 great hours is simply this. I believe that you don't need to work any more than 5 great hours every day, because just think about it. If you knew how to set up your ecosystem, if you created what I call that tight bubble of total focus, if you worked without your phone, if you use some of the ideas that are in the book, basically your 5 hours would be equivalent to most people's 12 hours or even a few days of work. And so I teach people, work from 8 o'clock till 2 o'clock, and then at 2 o'clock, go to an art gallery, go get a massage, go get on your mountain bike. 5 incredibly powerful hours every day. You don't need to work any more than that.
Rule number 3, go all in.
What's the impact that you want to have on the world?
I want to remind people of who they truly are. And when they see Nelson Mandela or Oprah Winfrey, they say, they did it. But legendary is simply a testimony to ordinary people who thought differently, felt differently, and did different things. And thereby became who they were. And if they can do it, I can do it if I go all in.
Rule number 4, avoid distraction.
If you give yourself that 1 hour that I call the victory hour, free from distraction, free from interruption, what you're doing is you are building an inner core of heroism and undefeatability, so that 6 o'clock you feel fundamentally different. Your neurobiology is on fire. Your metabolic rate is higher. You know this. You've actually connected with your values. If you've taken some time to journal, you've connected with your mountaintop, you're grounded in what's most important, you've practiced some calm, and you've even done some learning. You're far more intentional, stronger, and energetic and creative by 6 o'clock. Then you go out into our messy world where there's confusion and you face challenges, but you're not busy being busy. You're monomaniacally focused on the few things that will get you to your Mount Everest.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there. Rule number 5, be disciplined.
There's a line in the book which it comes from the Spartan warrior credo: sweat more in trading and you'll sweat more in training and you'll bleed less in war.
Yes.
Victories are won before you even step onto the field. You look at Kobe Bryant, you know, for example, or Shaq or LeBron or Federer or Serena. These people made the moves they made that won them the championship, not because of what they did on the championship court. It was their sweaty, disciplined practice at 5 a.m. while the rest of the world was not watching that allowed them to automate world class in times of pressure. So you're right. 5 a.m., getting up at 5 a.m., joining the 5 a.m. club, giving yourself that time in the quietude when it's the time of least distraction to do the work we're talking about will revolutionize any human life. That's why I say it's the mother of all habits. That's why I'm so passionate about it.
Rule number 6, walk towards your fears.
When I was
My name is Nick Cosman, and I put together a presentation on how to escape being someone's house.
When I was growing up, my father, who's just celebrated his 83rd birthday, and he's one of the great heroes of my life. And when I was growing up, Marie, he shared something from Rabindranath Tagore, the Bengali poet that I've never forgotten. And my dad used to say, son, when you were born, you cried while the world rejoiced. He said, Robin, live your life in such a way that when you die, the world cries while you rejoice. And what I mean by that is, no matter how long we get to live, like right now, everyone on the planet, in 100 years, we're going to be dust.
Dust. Total dust. Powder.
And so all the things that we think are so important, the accolades, applause, the number of likes, followers, except, you know, bikini pics or wearing the right watch, none of that matters. And I believe only 2 things matter on the last hour of our last day. Number 1, who did you become? Were you good? Were you authentic? Did you walk towards your fears and, as messy and bloody as it was, walk through them so you wear your scar tissue with pride?
Rule number 7, trust your art.
As you go out and bring your gifts and genius to the world, as you stand for something higher in a world with a lot of people suffering from victimitis, excusitis, as you bring your glory to your days, you're going to threaten people. I was in the Barcelona Picasso Museum in the Born District, and there was a quote on the wall in the Picasso Museum that said, people were terrified by the genius of Picasso. So the more you shine, the more you're going to attract shadows and darkness.
Wow.
So here's what I would say. I've actually worked out in my journal what I call the troll deconstruction.
Wow. Is this the journal that got stolen?
It's not the one that got stolen, so I still have it.
Okay.
But that's why journaling's so powerful, because you can actually deconstruct and figure these things out.
Sure.
Okay, so here's what I would say. The people who are attacking you, critics and cynics are frustrated dreamers. When they were kids, they were full of awe and wonder, because that's our natural state. But something happened to them as they moved out in the world and pursued their dreams and ambitions that caused them to contract. And so now there are these armchair critics that see Lewis Howes doing amazing things. Well, you actually model possibility for them. The possibility that exists within their mindsets, heart sets, health set, and soul set. And it's much easier for them to try to tear you down than lift themselves up and get in the game themselves. So that would be the first thing I'd say. The second thing I'd say is everything in life, you know, Mr. Riley, one of the characters, towards the end of the 5 a.m. club, gets into the philosophy behind greatness and genius and world class and legendary on a Franschhoek, South Africa vineyard, and he writes a series of letters that are transformational for the other characters. And one of the things he talks about is trusting your art. So I think these people who are trying to tear you down are actually your spiritual friends.
How so?
Well, because they are causing you to trust yourself more. I mean, they are strengthening your resolve to pursue your mighty mission. They are helping you. They are touching the wounds within you and the insecurities. And we have a choice. We can blame, which is losing your power, or we can say, how can I use what they're activating within me to heal these wounds, grow stronger, and build the relationship with my primal genius even more.
Rule number 8, don't live in your head.
Join me on a 90-minute free masterclass where I'm going to be teaching how to access altered
Mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set. Here's what I think, Jen. I'd love to know your thoughts, but we live in a world now where we're actually numb to our heart and we're numb to our feelings and we're numb to love. I was in the gym early this morning. There was a woman, she had taken the weights from the weight area and taken them to the cardio area just for herself. No one else got to use them. Not judging, just reporting. She's numb to feeling empathy for other people who want to work out. As I walked to get my coffee this morning, I kid you not, 6:56 this morning, a woman was banging on the door of a deli, yelling at the employee saying, open up, because I guess she really wanted her bagel. What I'm saying is, we're taught to numb out our feelings, so we live in our head. And that's why so many people are saying everything is mindset, because they're living in their head. But great art, great architecture, great businesses, great lives don't just come from the head. They come from your heart, your feelings, your passion, your gratitude, your body, your health set, and from I'm going to go to places people don't talk about. Yes, they come from your soul. Your soul is just your higher nature before the world taught you not to believe in who you truly are.
Rule number 9, optimize your craft.
I've talked to so many people who say, well, I must become an expert before I go out there and launch my business. I must become an expert before I go out there and whatever, write that book, create that movie, launch that movement. Well, every professional was once an amateur, and every master was once a beginner, right? And so please remember, there will never be a better time to step into the performance and the human being you've always wanted to be than today. One of the greatest pitfalls I've seen in having worked with so many people over a quarter of a century teaching leadership and elite performance is that people postpone their greatness and their eminence to some distant time in the future when they're going to have more time and the stars will align. And that is one of the greatest mistakes that you could possibly make. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, right? And you do not want to be one of those people who, on the last day of their lives, they were full of regret because they didn't do what they knew they could have done. You are worthy. There are no extra people on the planet today. Every single one of us is born into a unique genius. Only you have the fingerprints you have. Only you have the characteristics you have. Only you have the strengths that you have. You are so unique on a planet of how many billions of people. The thing that happens is we lose our confidence as we get hurt and disappointed by life. And a lot of us, what we do is we shut down and we contract and we protect our once tender, open hearts versus going out into the arena and sharing our gifts in full blazing glory. Please do not think you are unworthy of domain dominance. Please don't think you're unworthy of becoming best in the world at what you do if you sacrifice, train, learn, work with mentors, find the right talent hub, and then optimize your craft every single day until you reach best in the world. A lot of talk these days about legacy, work in a way that leaves a legacy. 22 years ago, I wrote a book called Who Will Cry When You Die, and it was all about legacy. And back then I was 34 years old, long time ago. And I used to talk so much about legacy. Live in a way that you live in the hearts that you leave behind. That's really the answer. Now, with a little white grizzle, I don't think legacy matters. I think legacy is like trying to get your name on a hospital wing or a monument built after you. I think it's a pursuit of the ego. The real key is not to worry much about how you'll be remembered, but the real key, I suggest to you with great love and respect, is living fully and greatly while you are alive. Because once you're dead, you're dead. You're just a pile of dust. What did the benevolent and great Roman general and warrior and emperor Marcus Aurelius say? Alexander the Great was buried next to his stable boy. We don't matter after we're gone. So I don't think you should. I think it's such a myth to be concerned about legacy if you're trying to live a world-class life. Worry about being world-class while you're alive. Be concerned with optimizing your craft while you have a beating heart. Be concerned with caring for the brothers and sisters on this little planet and standing for honesty, honor, grace, and love. Leave every person you meet better than you found them. And the irony is, if you do that, you will leave a legacy, even though it's not your intention.
And rule number 10, the last one before some very special bonus clips, is raise your environment.
There's actually a piece of research that just came out, and there was a dummy phone, not even a real phone, but the very physical presence of a phone that wasn't even real reduced people's cognitive ability. In other words, the very presence of a phone makes us dumber.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it right now. I think I found the single biggest productivity hack of 2021. It's this Google Chrome extension.
You know, I was in Thailand and I saw the Golden Buddha. And the story behind the Golden Buddha is they had, the Thai people had this priceless object. And invaders were going to come into Thailand, so they got the idea to put layers of mud over the Golden Buddha. And, the invaders didn't find it. And, many, many centuries later, someone noticed this great monument of mud, but there was gold sparkling out of it. And so they went through the layers of mud and they found the Golden Buddha.
Wow.
And the metaphor for all your amazing listeners and viewers is simply this. When we were born into possibility, awe, and wonder, but through our parents' well-meaning and the media and our teachers and
friends,
society and our peers and the social media, what happens is we adopt the psychology of average versus the mentality of possibility and legendary. And as we continue to leave the perfection of childhood, we get hurt and we get disappointed. We don't get invited to a birthday party. We lose a love. We get stepped on. We say, I want to be an astronaut and I want to be a billionaire and I want to also be a great chef and I want to be a yoga teacher. And our teacher or our friend says, ha, 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 you're a fool. And there's one of the lines in the 5 a.m. Club, which is every visionary is initially ridiculed before they're revered. But if we're not careful, we pick up all these layers of mud in terms of our psychology and our heart set, our emotionality, and we don't even see it coming, but over time we resign ourselves to average, and then we see Kobe Bryant, and we see Shakespeare, and we see Jean-Michel Basquiat, and we see Nelson Mandela, and we see Richard Branson and Wozniak, and we say, oh, they are geniuses and they're cut from a different cloth, and I need to spend my days being busy, because dreaming and possibility and being loving and having a world-class lifestyle is not within the realm of what I can achieve. The traits that make you strange are the gifts that make you special. And so I know you're different because you wouldn't be here with me now if you didn't feel you're different. You probably don't fit in with most conversations. I sure don't fit in with most conversations. I don't know a lot about most things that most people talk about because I don't participate in the majority. Right? I don't participate in the news. I don't like to gossip. I like to encourage people versus diminish people. I like to be productive versus busy. I like to be creative versus complacent. I like to create value versus take from other people. I like to move into my present and future versus get stuck in the past. I like to be fast versus move too slow. I like to be a leader versus a victim. I like to believe in possibility versus get stuck in rational thinking, because you know the instinct is so much more powerful than intellect. And all I'm suggesting to you is simply this. It's the very things that make you different that make you authentic. And if you don't fit in, I just want to share with you, I've never fit in. And the very nature of anyone who's living a visionary life, and you are living a visionary life, no matter what you're doing, let's not get trapped in labels. Oh, I'm just a coder. I'm just a receptionist at a restaurant or in an organization. I'm just a yoga teacher. I'm just a gym manager. I'm just a chef in a restaurant. I'm just a teacher. People always say this when I interact with them on the social media. I'm just an entrepreneur. I'm just a student. No, you're not. I'm just a mom. I'm just a dad. No, you're not just. You're very special. There are no extra people on the planet today. And I just want to say to you and validate for you and encourage you, those things that other people might not get, those are your gifts. You might be awkward. Awesome. You see the world through a different lens. Steve Wozniak, who was on my stage at the Titan Summit Zurich, the co-founder of Apple, one of the best people I've ever met. He would not have been able to create the Apple platforms and products that he created if he didn't see the world through a different set of eyes. Steve Jobs saw the world through a different set of eyes. Travis Kalanick of Uber saw the world through a different set of eyes. Jeff Bezos of Amazon saw possibility. Let me have an online store that initially sells books. John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, Rosa Parks, Jean-Michel Basquiat, Beethoven, Michelangelo, who did the Sistine Chapel, and in Florence, David, Jonas Salk, Tesla. We could just go on and on and on and on. These people were misunderstood because the nature of a genius is to not fit in. Bill Gates was asked what was the winning formula of Microsoft when Microsoft was really the heavyweight champion of their industry. I think they're a little lost right now. But the larger point again is he replied with this. What made Microsoft was not our software. What made Microsoft was our hiring. I just want to suggest to you the second point or trait of a world-class company is their ability to hire A players. Here is the brain tattoo I want you to absolutely hardwire into your business philosophy as a leader. You cannot build an A-level company with C-level talent. If your company is not winning in your field right now, you likely have weaknesses in your hiring. Don't just hire people because it's the easiest move to make. A lot of companies spend very little time on hiring and then most of their time managing their hiring mistakes. And you know, if you're building a business, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a manager, if you're a CEO, like a lot of the people who watch these mastery sessions and come to my live events, you know I'm speaking truth here. So you really want to nail your hiring. I've been evangelizing one particular message for 2 decades, and it's you can lead without a title. You know, the seduction of society is that you have to have formal power to make a difference, and that's just a lie the world has sold us. The reality is you can lead without a title, and really the difference or the defining trait of a leader is you shift from victimhood. See, victims love making excuses, and if you recite your excuses long enough, you actually think they're going to be true. I see it around the world, you know, people saying these things like, I don't have time to run, or I'm not good enough to be great at my work, or this would never work, or I don't live in the right country, or life is hard. And the more you recite those excuses, you think they're true. So let go of your excuses, start getting some results done, and over time, you're going to rise to your world class. One of the things about the 95%, a lot of them are complaining, they're making excuses, they want epic lives, but they're stuck in the the cult of superficiality. The top 5%, the titans, the icons, the A players, the world builders are very different. They are not about superficiality. They are all about granularity. Literally, they have de-seeded the lemon wedges. This is a metaphor that I teach. Basically, I was at a hotel in Luzern, Switzerland, and I love fresh lemon tea. And when they brought the tray to me, I noticed that in the tray was 2 lemon halves, and someone in the kitchen had taken the time to de-seed the lemon wedges. They actually de-seeded them. And when I study F1 teams, and I actually had the privilege to be right with the team at a recent F1. And what I realized is F1, almost like no other sport, is really about de-seeding the lemon wedges. It was the smallest granular detail, the smallest calibration that could make the difference between a top 1 and a 10th place finish. I really want you to think about that. I really want you to think about F1. F1 is won or lost in milliseconds because each lap, if you get a little bit faster and you do it with consistency, because consistency is the mother of mastery, that is the difference between first place and not even placing. And so if you look at the top 5%, they are all about de-seeding the lemon wedges. If you look at the top 5%, they're all about calibration. People might misunderstand you and say, are you obsessive? Why do the details matter? And all you have to do is smile and say, because the details matter. And if you study Beyonce, study the great athletes, you study the great F1 drivers and teams, they do de-seed the lemon wedges. They do calibrate the Pomodoro. They get OAD, that brain tattoo I've become really well known across the planet for, an obsessive attention to detail. OAD. That's what makes the best hotels, the best entrepreneurs, the best teams, the market leaders, the best restaurants, the best hotels, the best cars, the best products, the best user experiences online. They are sweating the tiniest, seemingly innocuous details to create over time a user experience that creates a global base of fanatical followers. One of my brain tattoos that I've become very well known for is, no one will believe in you until you believe in you. And so good people often become seduced by the chatter of their loudest fears. And what I mean by that is we come up with a great idea. Let's say it's to start a project that will allow you to lead your field. Let's say it's an idea for a new product that will allow you to grow a new company. Let's say you come up with an idea for a new painting if you are an artist. Let's say it's an idea that will allow you to take your fitness and your wellness and your longevity to a whole new level of wow. And pretty shortly after you come up with the idea, your ego starts screaming. Because we are good in our comfort zones, but the moment we start to go blue ocean around our next level of mastery, our fears come up because we're going out into the unknown. It's human. You know, if you were look at the psychobiology of it and you were to study the pure biology of it, there's a term called homeostasis. Human beings are hardwired for a steady state. And that kept us alive. So literally our heart beats around the same amount, the 72 beats per minute, and our blood pressure is within a small bandwidth, and that allows us to survive. But what happens is when we come up with a new idea and when we see a new opportunity and we start to leave our comfort zones into the zone of the unknown where greatness lives, we get scared. And the true heroes and the true titans and the true masters, those people are not fearless. Those are people who have just practiced walking into their fear and living on the razor's edge consistently to the point where they're comfortable amid their discomfort. And that's the great opportunity for you, not to avoid fear, but to be comfortable in the unknown, to be comfortable when you're terrified. And that really is what the great artists, the great entrepreneurs, the great titans, and the great masters are very good on doing. So the first reason good people lose is their faith is not as strong as their fear. Or to put it a bit more elegantly, their fears are larger than their faith. And so to be tactical for you, how do you build more faith? Well, you You do what you're frightened to do. And it's a practice. You know, a great athlete practices every morning, and a great producer practices walking into their fears every single day. And what I'm encouraging you to do is every single day do one thing that causes your palms to sweat. Every single day start training your brain to hunt for opportunities to step into that unknown where possibility lives. And if you keep on doing it, you're literally going to build some new neurological hardwiring, a new pathway in your brain where it becomes easier. Because as you know so well, all change is hard at first and it's messy in the middle and it's beautiful at the end. If you want to have a world-class